welcome back to another episode of The Hardcore Casual with your boy, Bass the Kid. As always, like and subscribe. Please share with a friend, a colleague, a relative, and anyone in between. I appreciate it all. Thank you to everyone who joined the live stream for the 100th episode on Sunday. That would have been last week, so we probably would have been more on like episode 103, 104 by now, but you know, certain things happen. You gotta get certain things right. I was desperate to do the live stream for the 100th, which delayed some of the previous content, but we're here now. Quick one today, to be honest. There's a few things to talk about, but I'm gonna keep it specific to one or two topics just because yeah, there's one I want to kind of get into a bit more than others, and then we got some stuff coming throughout the rest of the week. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I kind of alluded to it on Sunday regarding the Natasha Jonas, Terri Harper situation at the moment, whereby it looks like Tasha's not keen on that rematch at all, citing previous issues, you know, the way that she was treated by Steffi Ball and I guess maybe Matchroom as well, with regards to the first fight. Now look, 154 is where Tash is at the moment. Mary Spencer is in the wings. As soon as she takes care of Femke Hermans, then she's coming for a title, and I think she's mandatory for both. She'll be mandatory, I think, for both of Tasha's IBF and I think Terri Harper's WBA. So realistically, it would make sense to do the Undisputed fight and then get out of there and then go back down to, you know, a division that you're more naturally suited to. But if I look at it and say to myself, all right, put the emotions aside a moment, which I know is very hard because I have that issue with one specific trainer that all of my friends seem to know and like and respect, and I don't, but it's for a reason outside of boxing. Anyway, put the emotions to the side. So you've got the chance of Undisputed right there. Okay, if you don't take that, so then the next chance you got Undisputed at 160, but Clarissa Shields has got the PFL thing. No idea when she's gonna be free to, you know, take on that challenge. And I can't see Tash going up to 160 because she's barely making 154 at this point, realistically. But all right, so you got that. Then you have to go down. So you go down to 147. Jessica McCaskill's down there. Apparently Rick Ramos is saying that he is not keen to work with Ben Shalom because he wouldn't sign Summer Lynn, or wouldn't even have their conversations about signing her. And he's like, well, look, if you really wanted to work with one of my stars, you could have looked to do something a bit nicer to one of my other ones. I mean, if that's the way that Rick chooses to see things, cool, but that looks like another avenue that probably now doesn't work out for you. Jessica Kamara, I think, is in line to fight for a vacant WBA at 147 because I think McCaskill had to vacate that in order to go down to 140 for the Cameron fight. She got sent a show cause letter from the WBO, so there's no telling whether or not she gets to keep that, especially if she looks to campaign somewhere else. So I'm not sure you get the McCaskill fight, but there might be a couple vacant titles at 147 to have a look at. 140, well, that's Chantel Cameron, 140 pounds. She's got a mandatory to fight in Christina Lenarda too. If she doesn't fight her, then she'll has to vacate that title. Maybe Tash can fight for that vacant title if she wants, but that's not going to get her the big paydays that she's currently been used to earning. And obviously you got Katie Taylor after that, which is a no-go. There's no chance that's happening. So it seems like every division you've got someone from Matchroom to contend with, from 154, 147, 140, 135. Now, unless you want vacant belts, it doesn't really make much sense. It looks like most people say, look, to be the champ, you gotta beat the champ. So you are the champ at 154, but in every other division, like, you gotta cross the street in order to get those opportunities. It just seems like Undisputed at 154 makes the most sense. You got screwed on the scorecards that you feel and wasn't treated the right way the first time around. Well, this time you become the A side, so you dictate everything, make Terri Harper bend to your will if that's the case, and just clean up that work from before, get it over and done with, become undisputed. Then you can literally do what you want with no one to question you, no one to talk any kind of shit, to be totally honest. But I get it. If it doesn't happen, I'd be disappointed, but I understand. On a side note, Tash is proper having her Golovkin moment right now, and it's almost a joy to see. It's hard for me to kind of know how I feel about it, but she's this very nice, humble, you know, respectful, quiet lady. All of a sudden now she's cracking jokes on people. She's being a bit sassy, almost like, you know, okay, I did all that for the cameras, but you know what, now it's time to have a little fun. Like, I've made my money now, I've made it to the big time, I can kind of show out a little bit, and I'm here for it, because I find it hilarious when I'm hearing her be a bit spicy in interviews and that. But yeah, just a quick side note. But yeah, my feelings, get that 154 work done, you know, rewrite that wrong from history, and then we'll see what's next. But hey, moving on. So it appears that Zolani Tete tested positive for some kind of performance enhancer back in July, I think it was, before he faced Cunningham, whereby he knocked him out in, what was it, 5 rounds? Now, he's a Frank Warren fighter, or has been Frank Warren promoted, especially in the UK, for God knows how long. Now, the same as Conor Benn and the same with everyone else, I like to wait for all the facts to come out. So this isn't a trash Zolani Tete video. This isn't any form of is he guilty, is he not, or, you know, my thoughts on PED cheats or whatever. Like, this is nothing to do with that, because I don't know the full facts. What I do find interesting though is, so this was a UKAD test that he supposedly failed about, what, 5 months ago. We're only just hearing about it now. I'm assuming the opponent is only just hearing about it now also. And I don't see a big outrage online. Now granted, I found out about it, what, yesterday, I think? It was Monday or Tuesday I found out about it. But where's the big outrage that took place when Conor Benn had an adverse finding? You know, where's the Gareth A. Davis, you know, where's the Simon Jordan segment? Where's the, you know, the Spencer Oliver segment? Like, you know, am I going to hear about this for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks? Oh, but we need answers. Where's the answers? My issue is, why is it that when it was Conor Benn, it was everywhere, all the time, couldn't get away from it? But this time, oh, now we're gonna wait for the due diligence to come out. We're gonna check the facts. We're gonna keep quiet. Is it because this one belongs to Frank Warren and not Eddie Hearn? Is that what we're doing? Now, don't get me wrong. Eddie Hearn makes a rod for his own back a lot of the time because he's too accessible and he likes to talk too much. Maybe this one dies down a bit quicker because Frank Warren's not going to give you the same access. But the issue is, it always seems to be one rule for one and one rule for the other, and that goes both ways. So this isn't even on just a you know, some Eddie Hearn Defense League, Matchroom Defense League thing. It's just literally, I haven't seen any piece of outrage about this thus far on my timeline or anywhere else, or any videos highlighting it, but Conor Benn was all over the place. Now, maybe that's because Conor Benn gets you more clicks than Zolani Tete does. Maybe. Cool. But I just feel that we're supposed to keep the same energy for any and everybody at all times. And then, you know, things become a lot clearer and things get done a lot quicker. That being said, I'm going to leave that there because, again, until I have more information on the story and the situation, it wouldn't be right to comment. And I don't like to speak about things I'm ill-informed about. So I guess by now you probably saw the little short I done reacting to the Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora 3 price point. £26.95. Now I got two questions. First question, how can you charge people for a fight they didn't ask for? Second question, how can you overcharge people for a fight they didn't ask for. Let's be real. There's not one person in the UK, in the world, that said, Tyson Fury, we want your next opponent to be Derek Chisora. The AJ fight didn't take place for whatever reason. Whoever you blame is whoever you blame. The Usyk fight didn't take place because Usyk said he didn't want to fight before Christmas, which was a 3-month camp straight after coming off of a fight at the end of August. Okay, some people his work's different to others, he said he'd be ready in February. But you want to keep busy fight. Cool. No one's got an issue with you keeping busy or getting the ring rust off, except for the fact that you fought in April and then declared that you were retired. So really and truly, you could have fought September, October, if you really wanted to, and then you still could have done the nice little fight in February or March with Usyk, and it wouldn't be this, your schedule would be the same as his pretty much, if it was all about activity. But when on this 4-month hiatus, I'm retired now, I've got nothing without boxing, I gotta come back, but I gotta shake off the ring rust, and it's gotta be with Derek Chisora. Okay, cool. You know what? No one asked for it, but they said, well, we'll watch it if we have to. Well, I guess now you've given everyone a reason not to watch it, because again, not only is it pay-per-view, but the highest possible price for pay-per-view. Again, this is a fight virtually with a predetermined outcome. This might as well be WWE, because everyone knows how it's going to end. The only difference is there going to be an emotional ride? Are you going to be made to feel something while it's taking place? Because that's the magic of WWE. You know who's going to win, the competitors know who's going to win, but it's all about the journey they take you on in the ring. It's also how films work. You kind of know that the hero in the film, for the most part, doesn't die, but it's the journey of how that hero gets to that end destination and what they have to go through. So really and truly, I might as well go cinema, because at least that production's gonna be a lot better value. For that same $26.95, I'll go watch Wakanda Forever in a nice 4DX screen with popcorn and a huge drink and a seat that swirls all around, loads of effects coming down, rain, wind, and then I get to be a part of the movie, but I know how it ends. But rather that, you want people to pay $26.95 to watch a tune-up, which has been dubbed as nothing more but a keep busy fight. Oh, well, if he gets through this one, the Undisputed is right around the corner. So you're basically telling us that this isn't the final stage, this isn't what we're after, but $26.95. Not to mention the price of the tickets to go there. It's no wonder the thing ain't sold out, or that everyone seems to be reselling these tickets. Like, how are the tickets at ringside nearly £7,000? I swear that the cheapest tickets I saw when I looked the last time was like £100 or like £125 or something like that. This whole thing is a shambles and nothing but a cash grab. But you know what? I want to see how Frank Warren explains this one. I'm gonna need Umar, IFL Umar, Andy Pearl, one of these guys, you know, Andrew McCart, one of them needs to be able to go up to Frank and say, how can you justify $26.95 for this event when there's no intrigue, there's no big intrigue in it whatsoever for a fight that is known as a keep busy until the main event happens? After all the slating that Eddie Hearn got for putting the most minuscule of things on pay-per-view back in the day when he was with Sky, where's the challenge now? I just like consistency, so I'm gonna need someone to do that, and then cool, I can move on. But yeah, $26.95 ain't happening. I won't even bother to stream the fight. I'm gonna be honest. I'll find out the result and then I'll watch it the next day or on the Sunday or the Monday afterwards, purely because I'm gonna have to talk about it on the show I do on Tuesdays. Outside of that, I've got no interest in the fight, and if anything, if I can protest a little bit about trying to fleece the public, that's what I'm gonna do. Because isn't Fury the people's champ? Oh, the man of the people. Like, he's the fighting man. He's the people's champ. He's not the big stiff bodybuilder that only cares about money. But $26.95 for Derek Chisora 3. And I place no blame on Derek Chisora. Like, you get your money. Like, you're not responsible for this situation. But hypocrisy is a very, very funny thing. It always seems to rear its ugly head. And on this occasion, there is no way to... yeah, there's no way out of this one. No way out. Another WWE reference. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna leave it there because I've got some work to do. But for right now, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I appreciate everyone who has tuned into the live stream, and yeah, more stuff to come later on during the day. But for right now, Hardcore Casual out.